Hi, I'm Bobby Clark. I am a principal at Pyxis Partners and I lead our health policy, advocacy, and government relations practice. Here today to talk about new legislation that was introduced a couple of weeks ago in the House of Representatives. This legislation was introduced by Kelly and Houlihan, both representatives from Pennsylvania. The legislation, called the Harley-Jacobson Clinical Trial Participant Act, is really geared towards creating more opportunities for people to participate in clinical trials by reducing the barriers that they face. This legislation in particular would eliminate a requirement right now that any income derived by participating in a clinical trial, let's say if you receive a payment from the sponsor of a clinical trial, that income would now be removed from any reportable income for tax purposes. This legislation is really important because it's a signal that Congress continues to care about increasing opportunities for people to participate in clinical trials. Previously, Congress has passed laws that would require manufacturers of drugs and device makers to establish what are called diversity action plans with the FDA. These diversity action plans are geared towards increasing the number of people who are able to participate in clinical trials, but also to increase the diversity of communities that participate in clinical trials. Legislation like this is really interesting to the team here at Pyxis Partners, not only because we are always looking at policies that may improve accessibility and affordability and equity in healthcare, and this legislation certainly would tackle some of those issues, but also because our team, we have a full team here who works every day on trying to engage communities that are underrepresented in biomedical research. So we'll be monitoring what happens with this bill, how it progresses through the House of Representatives, and what type of support it gets. Like all legislation, it may be a timely process. But one other thing that we are monitoring closely is guidance that we're expecting out of the Food and Drug Administration on how device makers and drug makers should be developing and implementing their diversity action plans. We expect that to be coming out hopefully very soon, and we'll be back with a report on it once it does.